can stay down with 3 barrels on him. Not with 3 barrels, he can.
What about us?
Hooper, get the pump out of the locker in front of you, will you?
We're gonna sink, aren't we?
Hooper, keep an eye on the barrels. Pump it out, Chief.
Trying to go under.
Tell you can with 3 barrels on him, not with 3, he can't.
You ever have one do this before?
I don't know.
JAWGUST. JAWGUST is back once again. Jaws is 50, so I thought, my friends, for you to come with me as I go back to Amity. A 31-day podcast, talking 4 minutes of Jaws each day. It will be another month-long show for me, and I hope to see you there, 'cause JAWGUST is back again.
It's the final Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Wednesday, August 27th, which means it's the 27th day of JAWGUST, the 27th day of Golden JAWGUST. And for the 27th day in a row, I am here podcasting about 4 minutes of Jaws. And some of you might be saying to yourself, how could anyone podcast for 27 straight days about Jaws? Wouldn't you get bored of it after a while? Wouldn't you get sick of it? And I say, it's impossible! It's impossible! It is truly impossible for me to be tired of this movie. That's when you know, that's when you have to admit it is one of your favorite movies of all time. There are only so many movies that I could watch, I seemingly can watch over and over and over again and dissect them and talk about them for moments at a time. And I happen to do podcasts about both of them. So you have Back to the Future, you have Jaws. I really feel like those, at this point, they are 1 and 1A. I mean, I think Back to the Future is right at the tippity top. Then you got Jaws. Then put every Superman movie after that. That's what I'll go with. Well, maybe not every Superman movie, but you know what I mean. So today we are talking about minutes 110 to 114. I feel like in these 4 minutes, there's some definite tense moments. There's some action. There's some craziness going on, but it still feels like another like setup. You know, like we're building, and it's great for storytelling. And it's just sometimes when you're watching for 4 minutes, you're like, wait, is something big going to happen here? And nope, this is just kind of ramping it up. Where we last left them, Quint had just shot another barrel into the beast, and the shark sprayed some ocean water on them. And Quint realizes, shit, we need to untie these ropes here. He'll pull out the transom.
Untie us! You pull out the transom! Make it fast! We got another line in him! I can't! He's trying to run! You gotta give it a ride!
So I feel like at this point, you know, they're like, oh, we got the shark. But no, it's more like the shark has them. And you hear Quint yelling, swim your bloody heart out. I hope you break your back. And the shark is just pulling the boat now. Pulling the boat. And that's when you hear Hooper yelling, it's impossible. It's impossible. You see water getting into the engine of the boat. And it's just anarchy. And Quint realizes, I can't, it's going to rip the boat apart. So he goes and gets his machete, comes up, and he looks so badass. And then I couldn't tell. He took the machete, he raised it up over his head, and I thought, oh, he did get one chop, and then it ripped off the other buckle, whatever the hell you call that thing, transit, something, coupling, I don't know. But I was slowing it down going, wait, is that piece of the equipment, a piece of the boat being ripped off, or is it him getting one chop in? Maybe he got one chop but didn't get the second one. I wasn't sure because it shows Quint with his machete raised. I think something gets chopped. Then it shows him still holding the machete, like maybe he raised it up again to do the second chop, but he didn't need it, or he never got a chance to do it. I still cannot tell after watching this. So I'm curious to anyone out there, did Quint chop one of the ropes with his machete, or did he, was it all just the old shark? So this is the point where the barrels pop up. The shark still has 3 barrels in him, but he's not attached to the boat anymore. This is the audio that I played at the beginning. The barrels pop up, and it's quiet for a moment. The shark's not, wreaking havoc on them. And that's when Quint quietly is like, he can't go down with 3 barrels, not with 3 barrels in him. He tells Hooper to get out the pump and gives it to Brody. Hey, Brody, pump this out, will ya? And he takes the machete and slaps it into the side of the boat. Meanwhile, you see the barrels just going by outside in the water, because the shark's there. He's there. He's circling them. He's around. He can take those 3 barrels down, but he'll come up. He's not hiding. And then Quint says it even louder. He's like, not with 3 barrels in him. I can't, not with 3. Then you get a really awesome shot. This is when you realize they're not in a tank. They're out on the ocean, and you just see a great wide shot of the Orca and all 3 men on board, nobody else on board, or at least no one you can see. I don't know if there's any crew on there, but it just looks like the 3 men, and the barrels go right under the boat, which is awesome. And that's when Quint looks around, just mystified. And I love Hooper says, you ever see anything like this? You ever have one do this before? He's like, hell no. And I just love that. This is uncharted territory, even for me. And as much as it excites him, I think it also kind of scares him. So it's quiet again for a moment, and Hooper and Quint are up at the top of the boat, and Brody's down there by himself, just kind of sitting there with this little pump, and he looks like, what the hell am I doing here? He throws the pump down like, screw this, and goes to climb the ladder to go up with the rest of the guys, and that's when things go crazy. So the shark seemingly slams right into the boat. The Orca gets knocked sideways, and from what I can tell, that's Robert Shaw, Roy Scheider, and Richard Dreyfuss on the boat. I don't think it's stunt doubles. I think it's just these 3 guys actually dealing with this boat going sideways.
He's chasing chasing us. I don't believe it.
I love that line. And then Quint roars up the engine and has the barrels just chasing them.
Gonna draw him into the shallows. Gonna draw him in the shallow water. Gonna draw him in and drown him. We're heading in, Brody.
Thank Christ.
Oh, good. They seem to have a plan. Phew, everything's going to be fine. So Quint just revs the engine up.
Have you ever had a great white dude?
No.
I love that Brody's basically asking Hooper the same thing that Hooper asked Quint.
How far do we have to go?
Quint now has this maniacal look in his eye.
Please don't put that much pressure on me. God damn it! Head up! Get back there! I break the engine! I can't break the engine! Hold on!
And as we fade out, that's the end of these 4 minutes. Hooper's like, he knows the boat can't deal with it. You'd think Quint would know too, but it's almost like he's so far gone. He's so like intently obsessed with killing this shark one way or another that he's risking it. He probably, I mean, Brody's like, how much further do we have to go? I think Brody, look ahead. Do you see the land? Then you have that much further to go. I mean, I guess he means in time, not in length. But Hooper realizes we shouldn't be going this fast. What the hell? And but just Quint just loses it. He's like, all right, don't give me this. And then he turns back and he just has this wild look in his eye as this segment comes to an end. And I was thinking, not to try to improve upon a perfect movie or to tell the screenwriters how to do something, but I wonder if it would have been more effective if Brody asked Hooper first, have you ever seen a great white do this? No. And then Hooper says to Quint, have you ever had one do this? Hell no. Because it's like, well, maybe Hooper's never seen one, but Quint probably has. And then you're like, oh my God, Quint hasn't seen one like this either. Whereas the order it's in, Hooper's asking Quint. So Hooper, we already know, has never seen anything like this. He's asking Quint, who says, hell no. So when Brody does it, you know what Hooper's answer is going to be. I know that is nitpicking to the nitpickiest degree, but I think that I think I have a good point. Not that what they did was wrong. I just think that would have been I just think it would have been better. There, I said it. Again, I'm not saying I'm trying to improve on perfection, but I think I just did. I don't know. That might be sacrilegious, but just think about the order and how that would have been. I think it would have been good. But then I guess in this order, where the audience, we already know that Hooper's going to say it, but it's like Hooper doesn't even barely let Brody's answer out. He's like, no. Like he's like, no. He's like beside himself. So I don't know. Just food for thought, I guess. Let me know what you think. If you want, you could leave a comment or leave an email or leave a voicemail, fansnotexperts.com/voicemail, geekmentality@fansnotexperts.com, the email. Or if you're on Spotify, you can leave a comment on any episode you want. But that's it, really. I mean, think about it. That's the full 4 minutes. What happens is the barrels, they're still tied to the boat. They get them disconnected from the boat, and the shark he doesn't leave. He doesn't retreat. He doesn't hide. It's like he gets angrier and angrier. And they say all the shark does is swim and eat and make little sharks. No, Hooper, you're wrong. This shark has something, has a lust, has a fever, and the only prescription is humans. More humans than humans. There's something more going on with this shark. Now, it's never explained. It never should be. That would be, a dumb movie today where they'd be like, oh, there's something in the water. There's a chemical in the water giving the shark rabies or some stupid shit like that. Nope. It's just a monster. And sometimes I say, oh, the shark's just doing what sharks do. Okay, to a degree. But now, the fact that the shark is circling this boat, now maybe it's what it's seeing is a predator and it's fighting back. It's just self-defense. I don't know. But it is still pretty scary when you think, sometimes if fish don't want to get caught, if they think they're going to get caught, they will, run and go someplace else, to deeper waters or someplace else. And this shark's like, screw that. I'm coming for you, Brody. I'm coming for you. And speaking of comments, we got another comment from our good friend Mike Batts. This was from yesterday, and it said, this was on the taxidermy episode 26, says, we need further discussion on the NECA website. There's an entire Jaws collection. The Quint action figure comes with 2 miniature cans of Narragansett, one normal and one crushed. I expect these to make an appearance in JAWGUST 2026. JAWGUST 2026. What? I have to be honest, I never thought there would be a JAWGUST 2026. I have to think about that. I have to check my schedule and read my contract. But I did go back to the NECA website, and they have like stores based on different IPs, different TV shows, different movies. Yes, they have a whole section on Alf, of course. Iron Maiden, holy shit. Wait, what do they have for Iron Maiden? Oh my God, they got Senjutsu Eddie, they got Somewhere in Time Eddie, they got Number of the Beast Eddie, they got Power Slave Eddie. I want them all. Wow. And they're not crazy price. I mean, $35. Yeah, if you say $35 for a toy action figure, okay, that's crazy. But $35 for a sculpted figurine that I could display, I don't have any place to display it, but I would if I could. Back to Jaws anyway. Yes. So there are 7 products listed for Jaws. So they have the Jaws the game we talked about yesterday. They have a 50th anniversary Ultimate Matt Hooper and Sam Quint. Sam Quint? Really? Am I? Okay. Sam Quint it is. All right. Maybe in the book they must have called him Sam Quint. Again, it's been 5 years since I last read it. Anyway, you can get a set of a bundle of Hooper and Quint action figures together for the low price of $69.98. Now, if you bought them separately, they're each $34.98. But if you put that together, it's the exact same price. So I don't know what the bundle gets you. I don't know. It says you get the 50th anniversary Ultimate Matt Hooper Amity Arrival and Sam Quint 7-inch. Those are nice, good size action figures. Now, there's 2 different Hoopers and there's 2 different Quints. You get the Amity Arrival Hooper, which I think is the cooler looking Hooper. It comes with interchangeable heads. Looks like you can take his jacket off, or there's different tops. I don't know exactly how that works, but it's gorgeous. It looks like him, in his full dungaree outfit with his little hat. Then you got one of him holding his spear. You got one of him crushing the cup. I mean, my goodness gracious, this thing is worth way more than $35. I wish I had it. Of course, there's no Brody. Then you got the Quint one, and as Mike said, there's the cans. You got his rifle. I mean, these things are beautifully sculpted. I wish I was a collector and I had, and I don't want to say I have the means. I mean, the income to spend on $35 on a doll, but again, it's not. I'm picturing like $70, $80 for one thing. Like, these are sculptures. I guess these are action figures so I could play with them, I certainly would. Now, there you go. If I could get every action figure and then remake Jaws, there's your JAWGUST 2026 right there. There's another There's another Hooper when he's about to get in the shark cage. Does he come with the cage? He does not, but he comes with his scuba gear. He comes with his flashlight, his knife, his little spear, everything cool except the cage. You don't need the cage. And then there's this other $29.99 Hooper. Oh my God, I can't get the names right. $29.99 Quint. But this one looks like a silly... Does it come with the shark? It looks like a cartoony version with the shark, and you can put him in the shark's mouth, which is kind of hilarious, but it's also blatantly disrespectful at the same time. What else do they have? Oh, they have a 50th anniversary poster display. It's like a not an action figure, but like a little, I don't know, like something you'd like a little statue. It's only $55, and it looks like the shark on the poster. It's got that same angle. Very cool. I want it. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, go to the NECA website and read more about these, or check out these things. I'll put a link to this store in the show notes. So some of this stuff is sold out, but some of it you could buy right now. And actually, Mike left another comment for episode 25.
Mikey, this will be lost on your international followers, but JAWGUST has kept me company all summer long, on long drives from Greater Lawrence to Hyannis on Cape Cod. More specifically, from the shadows of Sycamore Road, which produced 3 of the top podcasters in the business, to the shores of Cape Cod's welcoming tides overlooking Amity Island. Your podcast provided endless hours of entertainment. We're down to our final 6 episodes. I've enjoyed 31 episodes from JAWGUST 2020, 3 episodes from The Sequels That Should Never Be Mentioned, 2 episodes from Fine Movies, Fine Spirits, and 25 episodes from Golden JAWGUST. I look forward to what the final week brings.
Poetry. Yes. But in all seriousness, Mike, that was awesome. Thank you so much for those kind words. But when I read them, my first thought was, well, this is poetry, and I can't just read this. I have to dramatically read this and try to bring some class to this podcast. And why don't we keep the classiness coming?
Not with 3 barrels, he can't stay down with 3 on him. Keep an eye on those barrels, we don't want the Orca to sink. I don't believe it, he's trying to chase us down. I'm gonna draw him into the shallows, and hopefully he'll drown.
You can follow me on all the socials at Geek Mentality, except TikTok, which is Geek Mentality Mike. On Facebook, it's Fans Not Experts. On YouTube, it's Fans Not Experts. That's because the website is fansnotexperts.com. Mike, thank you for those comments. I'll be sure to put the link to those awesome NECA toys, figurines, action figures in the show notes. And thank you again for all the nice words all month long. It's been I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow, and I hope you will be too. I know you will be, Mike, but I hope everyone else will be as well. Until then, the beaches are closed. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And here is my theme song.
This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.